Get ready to grab a box of tissues and know you're not ready to watch a new Violet Myers video. Apparently, sad news. Zack Snyder, Jim Lee, the Snyderverse comic is apparently not coming into fruition. Zack Snyder talked about it with Jim Lee, but, for whatever reason, which I know why, DC declined the offer for Jim Lee and Zack Snyder to continue the Snyderverse in comic form. Zack Snyder talked about this with the Nerd Queens, and Zack Snyder said, hey, I would love to do it, but, I haven't had any recent discussions with DC. They're not interested, so there you go. Snyderverse, not happening.
Tissue, please. I now need tissue.
And I've said this. I told you this from time to time and time again. And I have some people be like, well, Trill, how come you turned your back on Zack Snyder and a Snyderverse, huh? You turncoat. I can't believe you hate Zack Snyder. What happened to you? And I'm just like, no, you fucking moron. I just have enough brain cells to put two and two together. Like, hey, listen, it's not happening. It's not happening. I wish it would happen. I really do. I wish it would happen in some animation form or some comic form, but apparently that's not going to be the case. It's done, and this SnyderCon will be the full transition away from DC into the Rebel Moonverse. So don't have to like it, but you have to accept it. Other news, Blue Beetle. Yeah, the big blue Boy Scout, the other one, and the one character that no one gives a shit about, but apparently Warner Brothers does. I'm just teasing. I love Blue Beetle. Gotta represent my Hispanic heritage over here. So according to George Lopez, there will be a new teaser trailer coming soon for Blue Beetle. And listen, with all the shit I've been talking about Blue Beetle, I'm actually looking forward to it. I want to see what they do. And Blue Beetle could be the quote-unquote Spider-Man for DC, as, you have a young teenager who gets these powers, and he has to learn full responsibility and how to handle himself within the new DC universe. Now, what's interesting is I wonder how, and if, that's a big if, how he would transition into the James Gunn verse. Because I don't know whether or not he's set in the DCEU, or if this movie becomes like a massive hit critically and financially, maybe James Gunn will take this character and start setting up slowly but surely his Young Justice for the future. Because we already have the Bat Family, like with Tim Drake and Nightwing is going to be in the DCU, and we're most likely going to have a Donna Troy, and most likely we're going to have a Wally West with Barry Allen. So James Gunn can easily set up the Young Justice for the future, and if Blue Beetle becomes a big, massive success, which I think it will, because, from all accounts, the test screenings have been absolutely just, been buzzing. So I could totally see this being a sleeper hit for DC, and I could see this totally, bridging the gap with him and Young Justice for the future, which would be pretty cool because I love Young Justice. So if we could get a Justice League, Justice Society of America, and a Young Justice or T-Titans, whatever you want to call it, I'm all in. So I'm looking forward to that. But overall, that's it. The Snyderverse is done. And I was thinking, like, you know what? Maybe Zack Snyder could come back in a couple of years and do a Kingdom Come-esque type event film. But with all the shit with Zach Levi and The Rock and the fam and the Snyder fans just going crazy, yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore. That's not gonna happen. That door is sealed shut like a nun's legs, bro. You are not entering that barricade whatsoever. So, like I said, this is the final goodbye for Zack Snyder and the DCU. And you know what? Good for him. Why would you want Zack Snyder in this mess anyway? So. No comics, no animation, no movies. I'm entering the Rebel Moon verse, the Army of the Dead verse. I'm all for that, Zack, so I'm super excited. Drop that Rebel Moon teaser and get people excited. And hopefully the movie doesn't suck balls like Army of the Dead did. All right? Love you all. Stay safe. Mwah. Big kiss.
You gotta have the strobe light.
This is awesome.